So, earlier today at CES, Arcade1up announced a bunch of products that are going to be scheduled to come out a little later this year. And we're going to jump in and look at them right now on Bill's Retro Gaming Show. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscription button. Click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video. Give this one a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. Like I said in the beginning, Arcade1up made some announcements for CES. Now, CES doesn't officially start till tomorrow, but a lot of companies start making announcements the day before, which would be today. We've seen stuff, Samsung has made some announcements, LG has made some announcements. Obviously, my focus on this video is, of course, Arcade1up. Now, I'm not sure if Arcade1up will actually have product to show on the showroom or if they've just made these announcements. Now, supposedly they're there talking to retailers, maybe showing these products specifically just to retailers to get them into the Walmarts and Best Buys and things like that. Whether or not they'll actually have something to show on the showroom floor, we will probably know over the next couple of days. And again, here it is. It's late Wednesday night when this is going up. I know a lot of you have probably seen these announcements anymore. You've probably seen videos already. Unfortunately, I got stuck having to go into my office for work today. I only go in like maybe once a week. Unfortunately, today was the day, so I didn't get a chance to put a video together till after I got home from work. It was driving me crazy all day. I kept seeing all these announcements, and I really wanted to put something down. So having said that, I'm not going to bore you guys with a ton of details. I'm just going to jump right in. I'm just going to show off what's there, give my quick thoughts on it, and then wrap it up. So let's jump right in with the first thing, and it's this. All right, so this is the first thing I wanted to talk about. This is the Infinity Game Board, and this is a new product in their Infinity line. The first two being full-on tables, one of 24 inches and one of 32 inches. This gets rid of the table aspect and is just basically a giant tablet that you will be able to put on a table and play the same games that the other Infinity Game Board game tables have on offer. You can see the dimensions here. On this, it comes with 16 gig of memory. The screen is about 18.5 inches, so smaller, obviously, than even the small 24-inch one. Wi-Fi connectivity, plays all the same board games. Now, two things that I found interesting on this, again, not to go into super detail on it, is the fact that while it does say it plays, the same games and all, it does say 50 included board games and activities in this. Now, somebody can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong on this, but I don't believe that the game tables come with that many games. I think they come with a handful of games, but 50 games is basically half of what's available. There's a little over 100 games available for this right now. So for this to come with 50 games is actually pretty good, depending on what the price ultimately winds up being. Now, of course, there's been a lot of speculation around that, with certain websites saying that it's going to be under $500. And I know other people have pointed this out. If you go up here where it says 4 interest-free payments of $124.99 to Klarna, would lead you to believe that this is going to be right around $500. 125 times 4, there you go, 500 bucks. So if that price holds true, then it is definitely cheaper than the tables. Whether or not it's worth $500, of course, is up to you. Now, again, the fact that it comes with 50 games included might actually sweeten the pot on that. All right, and moving on, we have this. This is the Wheel of Fortune CasinoCade Deluxe. Now, one thing I want to note here, if you guys go to the Arcade1up website right now, you're going to probably have a tough time finding this. So if you go to the search bar and you just type in Deluxe, because all of these things are listed as Deluxe, that's where you're going to find everything, because they really kind of have these hidden right now. I don't think they're showing up in any of the games, with any of the games here. So just jumping right back to this real quick. So we're talking about the CasinoCade, and there's been speculation for a while that these CasinoCades were going to be coming. There were some leaks about a month or so ago. We saw not just this, but some Partycade looking ones. Now, we have not seen Arcade1up release anything more on those Partycade style ones, but we do have this Wheel of Fortune one. Now, some of the things we know about this is that it's a pretty decent size at 63.5 inches high. It comes with two screens. You have a 10-inch or 10.1-inch touch screen here and an 8-inch screen up here for additional information right between the speakers. There's also light up buttons here. You're giving you a better view of that. You've got your coin in, your betting, your max bet, spin. And then again, here you have the 10-inch touchscreen here, an 8-inch touchscreen, not touchscreen, an 8-inch LCD screen up here for playing the games. Now, supposedly this comes with over 20 different games. You have 4 different Wheel of Fortune games, and then all these other ones. You know, games like Mahjong, Solitaire, Poker, Baccarat, Blackjack. So there's a lot of different things here, I think, besides just slots. Wi-Fi connectivity, but that Wi-Fi connectivity is just for leaderboards. There is no real gambling on this. There's no real money. There's no tokens coming out of it. Nothing. It's just strictly for fun, for leaderboards, so on and so forth. And again, if we go up here to the payments at $150 for 4 payments of $150, leads this to be leaning towards $600. Now, an article on Gizmodo said that this was supposed to be under $500. Whether or not they got it wrong or you know, where retailers come in on this, we will have to wait and see. But right now, this is looking like it's probably going to be around $600. All right, so in addition to the CasinoCade and the Infinity board game, they did announce these deluxe arcade games. Now, basically, these are this year's version of Legacy Cabs. We're going to have a Class of 81 Deluxe, a Ms. Pac-Man Deluxe, a Pac-Man Deluxe, and a Mortal Kombat Deluxe. Now, I'm not going to look at all 4 of these in particular. I just want to take 2 of them really quick, and I'm going to start with the Class of 81. So I've made a couple of videos recently talking about predictions from CES and what I thought was going to come out in 2023, and I have been saying for a while now that the most likely thing is that we were going to see the new versions of the Legacy Cabs at CES, and basically that's exactly what they've got. Now, I also said in one of my videos that there's been a lot of speculation about them going riserless, and if they wanted to do something different this year to differentiate last year's legacies from this year's legacies, that would be one way that they could possibly go, is to make them riserless. And again, that's exactly what they did. So I don't know, to my own horn, but I was kind of spot on with that. What I didn't expect is some of the other little details with this. For instance, this screen. The Class of 81, the Ms. Pac-Man, and the Pac-Man all have this slanted screen to them, which is very reminiscent of the original arcades. And I gotta say, I'm digging that. I think that's a great look. I think that they've done a fantastic job here of getting as close to mimicking the arcade as they possibly could. Now, again, I'm not gonna go into super detail on these tonight, but for the most part, the games list on these is going to be exactly the same as the games list for the last Legacy Cab. So this Class of 81 comes with 12 games, the same 12 games as the original Class of 81. Same thing with the Ms. Pac-Man and the Pac-Man. They come with the same games that last year's Legacies did. What differentiates this? Again, that screen. No riser. The fact that it's got these little, you know, screw hole covers, which is, you know, look, just something that we've been asking for a long time. They finally did it. And in the case of Class of 81, the fact that they added a molded coin door. Now, other than that, most of the specs are pretty much the same as the previous versions. So if you own the previous versions, you know, I don't know that it's necessarily worth upgrading, but if you don't own them for whatever reason, then this may be a way to go. Now, the only one, again, that's going to be different, hopefully, is with the Pac-Man, because last year's had that TN monitor, and it sounds like this year they're not going that route. At least, hopefully, they call it a crisp 17-inch color monitor. Now, hopefully, that does mean ISP, BOE, something along those lines. I know John D has said that they really didn't want to use those TN monitors. They kind of understood the backlash on them. So hopefully these are going to be nice and crisp and clear, especially when you consider that slant to them like that. So the only other one I wanted to talk about really quick is the Mortal Kombat Deluxe, because I think with the Pac-Man and the Ms. Pac-Man, you kind of get the idea from me going over the Class of 81. We don't have to go into detail on that with this video. But the Mortal Kombat Deluxe being a little bit different. Again, this one is going to be themed after Mortal Kombat 2, like the one from a couple of years ago, but they've gotten rid of the riser. They've added the molded coin door. they've gone with that same kind of midway shape that they did with the 30th anniversary edition. Again, hopefully with these quote-unquote crisp 17-inch monitors, that means this has the BOE monitor in it and not the TN, so it should look nicer than last year. And yes, people, look. Hang on, there we go. Look! White buttons! How about that? I guess they found some to go with it. Oh, but anyway, look, other than that, it's the same 14 games as the 30th anniversary legacy from last year. So, you know, Wi-Fi, leaderboards online. Again, I know sore subject. Last year talking about it not having any kind of spectate mode or anything like that. So no information yet as to whether or not this is going to include that or not. So again, we're just going to have to wait and see. All right, guys, there you have it. I just wanted to give you a quick look at those. Now, the only other thing that we've heard so far is in terms of release, they are targeting spring of 2023 for most of these. The CasinoCade, I think, is the only one they said like late spring, early summer. But the Deluxe arcades, the Infinity Board are all supposed to come out around spring of 2023. So hopefully we'll get more information as it gets closer. But like I said, just want to throw out a quick video here because, you know, you guys, some of you may have seen this already, some of you maybe didn't. So now you've had a chance to take a look at it. If you want to get more information, we're going to be covering this tomorrow night, Thursday night on Game Time, 9 p.m. So be sure to tune in tomorrow night, Game Time. We will be spending more time talking about this. We will go through the panel. We will see what everybody has to say. We will get your thoughts in the chat for sure. So I'm looking forward to that. So be sure you tune in. We are back from break tomorrow night, and I'm super stoked and excited to talk to all of you guys again. So be sure you tune in tomorrow night for Game Time, Thursday night, 9 p.m., and I will see you there. All right? Have a great one.